Good
if
one.
I could do anything just to change the way the world sees people.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite saying is be the change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you have to put one foot forward to start something, and, every kid can learn.
Yeah. That's a
something.
great one. Something.
Something.
And be valued, Be
Absolutely.
Valued.
That's what we're here for. And
you're doing that. You're already doing that.
Well, thank you. We're trying. Thank you.
I love it. It's a beautiful thing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Brighter Together podcast. My name is Janet Courtney, and my special guest today is Michele Jackson. Michele is the Director of Special Education at Tahoka ISD in Tahoka, Texas. Michele, thanks for being here.
Absolutely. It's an honor. Thank you for having me.
Oh, we've had a great conversation podcast. So I'm super excited about this conversation. We have lots in common. I love that. So tell me what's happening in Tahoka.
Well, Tahoka is just a small little rural town. We're about 30 miles outside of Lubbock, Texas. Our population in a school setting, we're a 2A school. So we've got around 600 kids between pre-K through 12. We do play
not teeny tiny, not teeny
tiny.
No, yeah.
We do play 11-man football. In Texas, there are some schools that play 6-man football, but we do play 11-man football. So we do have enough for that. That is good. And so we're just a small town school setting. Where everybody's here for the kids, and that's our whole focus, is making sure these kids can grow and do what they need to do to be successful in life.
I love that. That is so great. That is so great. And when you took over, you started some programming that helped some of your kids. I love that. Tell us about that.
Thank you. So I when I started here, stock showing and FFA have been a huge part of my own children's lives. My daughters started showing animals when they were in kindergarten, pigs and steers and all that good stuff. Well, it's a big thing here in these small towns too.
So one thing, FFA is Future Farmers of America. For those of you that don't know, we love our acronyms. I just want to make sure people know what you're talking about. So there you go.
We use them all in education.
Yeah. Don't we?
Yes, we do. And 4-H, we've got a lot of 4-H students as well. And so knowing that, all of our kids need an opportunity, I decided to just kind of focus in on and create what's called the Unified Stock Show for Tahoka. And that is for our significantly challenged students. They are able to pair up with an FFA member, a 4-H member, and get to go out to the ag farm and bathe the pigs and walk the pigs. We have practice rounds, and then they get the opportunity to go into the show ring at our local show in front of a judge, and they get to walk that pig through and show that pig and get that experience of being included. Get that experience of, having to shake the judge's hand and he talks to each one of them, and just that social interaction with them. It's been just the coolest thing to watch the FFA and 4-H members, how they just kind of protect and take care of our friends. And, they let them do the majority of the work in the show ring, and they just kind of step back. And so it's a huge ordeal. We've been doing it. This will be our 3rd year to do it. And it's made such an impact with our kids who have significant needs.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, I love that. So
And
do they have to be, you said significantly impaired kids. So to expand on that just a little bit for me. So,
oh,
because you said that they go out and they walk. So my brain, I'm a speech therapist. I immediately go to wheelchair kids, but
in wheelchair. So we've had most of our students that do this are more in the self-contained classroom.
hmm
Um, I do have one that was in a wheelchair and not able to come to school. He's very ill. And so we just got a picture of him and we carried it through the ring with the FFA member
Oh, neat.
just so that he could be included. And of course, we videoed and sent it to mom and, and then at the end, they all get a trophy for participating. This year, I'm going to try to get us hooked up with our stock show syndicate and see if we can't get the kids some belt buckles because that's a huge
Oh,
ordeal in the show
wow.
world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I grew up in Grand Island, Nebraska. I wasn't a member of FFA, but I had friends that were. And my dad grew up on a 120-acre dryland farm
Okay,
back.
yes.
My grandparents had lived through the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl, and so farming and the whole community and animals. My grandma always told the story about the she had a cow that was born with no hair, and I was like, "What'd you do, Grandma?" She's like, "We just made sure it didn't get a sunburn."
That's all you can do. I mean, like we put
Yeah,
sunscreen on our pigs. Girl, I mean, my
yeah,
daughters did. That's
yeah,
just what we had to do. But
yeah,
I was meeting with Jonathan. Was it Jonathan that I met with
yeah.
the other day?
Jonathan
Okay,
Higby's
thought
our
so.
our VP of
Right at
sales.
the
Yeah.
time we were talking about this, I get a text from a parent, one of the parents, and she said, "Hey, guess what? We just went and got my son a pig." So
Oh,
he's got his own and he doesn't have to share with an FFA member. And she's like, "I'm going to need all the
oh,
help we can get, with him showing." And I'm like, "Ag teachers will
wow.
help you." But just giving them an opportunity to be out there and to do everything like everybody else. That's what it's about.
Yeah, yeah, inclusion, right? Yeah, taking that fence down and letting them be a part of it is
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
so cool. That is, I
Yes.
just love that. And do they have to be a certain age to be able to do that? What are the rules?
No, honestly, our population, it's been the elementary and middle school is where our
Okay.
population is right now. And so they all have that opportunity.
Oh, neat,
So
neat.
we're good. We've had some little ones out there. Some that we thought, we're worried about the noise and the loud.
Hmm.
You get them around an
Yeah,
animal, and it's just like this calming peace that comes over them.
yeah, yeah. And is it only pigs? You only do pigs?
Right now, we have only ventured into the pigs
Okay.
because pigs have really been trained a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to walk. They know what their job is. A goat, or sheep or lamb, you have to drag them
Yeah.
and that's a little bit hard. And then steers, those are just so unpredictable that
Mm-hmm.
it makes me nervous. To
Pigs are
put
super smart, right? I mean, that's what I understand. Pigs are
Ex
just really
Pigs
intelligent
are
animals.
so super smart. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. And
makes sense.
they don't mind getting, tapped on the head because that's what the person that they've paired them up with has worked with them for so long that they know what to do and they're pretty predictable. Whereas goats and lambs and sheeps and steers just are not that predictable. So
Yeah,
I'm not quite comfortable with venturing off into another
I get it.
species yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And steers are big. They're really, really big. Yeah, yeah,
Close to 2,000 pounds. I
yeah.
just don't want,
A little bit bigger
yes,
than a pig. And the
yes.
pigs, I'm assuming they're not small though. Pigs we're
No,
talking
they're
about
not.
hogs, right?
Yes,
Mostly, or yeah.
mostly you're looking at between 150 to 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
By the time that we show them at our local show in January, or just, yeah, January. Um, and so they're still pretty good size, but
Mm-hmm.
they've been worked with enough that they don't care. They just know they have to walk in the ring and
Mm-hmm.
so, and the
Someone's got
judges have been just phenomenal, um, with really including the kids and that have these needs and, just really talking to them. And It's been
Now,
great.
did you have to, how did that piece come about? Like, who did you have to talk to them and set things up with them so that this could happen? How did that come
So
about?
I just got with my FFA teachers and I just
Okay.
said, hey, what do you think about this? And one of our FFA teachers that was here a few years ago, his brother actually had significant disabilities with CP. And so he
Mm-hmm.
knew, and so he was like, oh, absolutely, let's do this, let's do this. And so that just kind of got the ball rolling. And then the FFA advisors get the judges for the contest.
Okay.
And the first judge that we had actually started one of these in the Dallas Fort Worth area, I believe. So he was familiar with this. It was
Oh,
it was
neat.
so important to him too. So it just got the ball rolling and
Are you struggling to keep speech therapy fully staffed or tired of high turnover? You're not alone. At Lighthouse Therapy, our speech language pathologists are seasoned professionals, and most of them have over 16 years of school-based experience. They're not just qualified, they're consistent, relational, and results-driven. We offer 3 flexible delivery models: virtual therapy, hybrid therapy, and in-person therapy. It's speech therapy done right for you and your students. Learn more at lighthouse-therapy.com/brighter together.
we've had good feedback from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, God's hands in it. I can see God's hands in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
So have others mimicked you? Have there been schools that have seen this and gone, ooh, we want to do that?
I do know that there are some other schools in our region that do this. I know Brownfield ISD does that. And I think I saw Sundown ISD, maybe Levelland, somewhere in there, is doing that as well. So
Wow, that's
yes,
really, I
yes,
love
ma'am.
it. I mean,
Thank you.
we think about therapy animals,
Yes,
therapy dogs and training and all of that. And it's like animals, there's just
just to
something.
think.
There's something that just kids connect with animals. Animals
Yes.
get us better than we get ourselves sometimes.
Amen. Isn't that
Yeah.
the truth? Yes,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what
So
to do without my animals.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have 3 little dogs and yeah, I'd be lost without my baby. My kids are all grown, and I don't have kids
I know.
anymore. So or I have kids, but they don't need their mommy anymore.
Yes.
So I the first one I said I got a puppy after my daughter graduated and went off to college, and she's now 9 and we have 2 more. So yeah,
I
just
would.
they're
Yeah. I would love. I've got chickens at home too, and I would love. I've always just smarted off that I would love to bring a chicken up to the school and just let it graze, and like the kids get. I mean, when they're outside playing, oh, there's a chicken, but then you have to worry about cats and things like that. But we're
yeah.
just a small farming community, and our kids
Yeah.
are kind of used to
Well,
those
and
things.
it's just such a natural extension of the things that happen in the community that are a part of
Absolutely.
everybody's lives. And these kids, I'm sure, see their friends and other people or siblings even doing
Yes.
it and then not being able to do it. And to be able to be included, yeah, there's psychologically, that's
Yes, ma'am.
massive for them.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It's all about including and giving that opportunity. Absolutely,
Yeah.
because everybody has a right to have that opportunity
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
included.
Well, good for you. That's
Oh,
that's
thank you.
that's a
Thank
beautiful thing,
you.
and I hope that others that live in the same kind of communities hear this and go, oh, yeah, that we're brighter together, right? We can do it. We can do it. You can
Absolutely.
do it. So, if people want to learn about what you've done, where would they go?
Oh, well, I guess they could. I, I, look at me. You
Where's
caught me off
school web?
guard.
Let's start with the school
School
website. Yeah,
website.
right.
There we go.
There you go.
TahokaISD.org.
Okay.
And they can contact me through that way.
Yep.
Um,
That's probably the easiest way.
and I'll
Mm-hmm.
be more than willing to share. I mean, we're still learning, but we're
Mm-hmm.
in year 3 of it, and so it's been wonderful.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, one other question I try
Yes,
to
ma'am.
ask, not everybody, but I think it's fitting here. So if you could miraculously fix one thing in your world, Not money, can't be money because we all need more money. Yeah, I know, right? So that you didn't ever have to worry about that thing again in your job, in what you do, what would it be?
And it can't be money?
Can't be money. Sorry. Everybody needs more money. And schools in this world that we live in right now, everybody needs more money. Hello, legislators, we need more money. Let's fix how education is funded. I've said that many times on the show. It's so upside down and backwards.
It is. It is so if I could fix anything.
Yeah. Just one thing.
Boy, you caught me on the spot here.
Sorry. It's a good question, though. That's a good question because I give it a lot. I don't ask everybody. When I first started, I tried to ask every single person. Now it's like, if it fits into what we're talking about, other times just. But
if I could fix anything.
Mm-hmm. What's the first thing that popped into your brain when I said that? Other than money. Money was probably the first.
Money.
Other than money.
That every child can learn.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
If I could do anything, just, change the way the world sees people.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite saying is be the change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, you have to put one foot forward to start something, and, every kid can learn.
Yeah, that's a great one. Something,
something.
And be valued. Be
Absolutely.
Valued.
Yeah. That's what we're here for, and
you're doing that. You're already doing that.
Well, thank you. We're trying.
Yeah,
thank you.
I love it. It's a beautiful thing, and being a country girl raised in watermelons and cantaloupes and corn on the cob, and I don't know how many times my mom would get a bushel of corn and we would can it and shuck it and freeze it. But in January, when you were eating that corn, that was the sweetest corn ever.
So good. Black-eyed peas.
Good. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Ma'am.
So good. Yeah.
Yes,
my mom's zucchini bread. Oh, so good. So good. My mom was a baker, and she was a canner, and she would make pickles and make cream, cook. She was always playing around with what was the best way to freeze corn and do stuff like that, and jelly and jam, and some of that rolled over. We discovered, I told you I lived in Michigan. I raised my kids in Michigan. We discovered we had black raspberries all around our property, just growing wild. And we cleared out an area where it was a pine tree farm. And so the trees were all in a row, and they were like all 50-foot tall, and they cleared out this space where they built our house. It was a subdivision, but it's kind of out rural, like what you're talking about. But it was a subdivision, so there were houses, and so they cleared it out. Well, when they cleared it out, the light got in, and all of these wild black raspberries popped out. And so, and I'm not a person that has problems with poison ivy, because one of the things when you go traipsing through, my husband, I used to have to go in, take my clothes right into the wash, because even any of that oil got it was almost like if it wafted off of me, he would get poison ivy. But I didn't. I was just one of those people who the mosquitoes drove me crazy. And for several years, we made black raspberry jam and jelly and syrup, and it was really great. It was such a great experience for my kids too, to see that, and it was something that carried over from my childhood, a gift that I gave my kids from something my mother had given me, and it was such a blessing and so much fun. And so. And it doesn't take that much. I mean, you can even go if you live in the city, you can go to a farmer's market and get really good berries and do that with your kids. It's so fun. You don't have to make, we made way too much, but it was fun. We gave a lot of it away, and we had it for several years, and it doesn't go bad. My grandmother would always use wax, not the seals. They put the seal on it and the ball, because she was, she was around before that was a thing, and they would just put paraffin wax and seal. That's how they sealed them. And then you just break the seal with the wax, and so. But she made, oh my goodness, my grandmother was incredible with that stuff. But so thank you for that walk down memory lane today.
Anytime,
My grandpa,
moment there.
yeah, my grandpa had lost all of his fingers but two in a corn picker, and I remember one of my most favorite memories of him was he would just take the bushes and he'd lay out a sheet under the bushes and he'd just shake it, and every berry that was ripe would just fall onto this sheet. We'd gather it up, and then of course they were on a farm, so we would go in to grandma's, take the sheet in. Grandma would wash them and clean them, and then she'd put them with fresh cream from the cows. I mean, fresh cream. Oh my goodness. Grandpa would never drink pasteurized milk because he was like, it tastes like water. He was like, that isn't cow's milk, that's water. So, but he grew up on that cream, and there's nothing like that. Berries and cream. Oh, so there's another memory. There's another memory that just popped in to share. But yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I love what you guys are doing. Amazing things. Amazing things. So
thank you.
Yeah. Well, Michele, thank you. It's been a great conversation. It's been a great walk down memory lane. I thank you so much for that. It's been beautiful. And we know how to get a hold of you now. That's usually my thing. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you. No, thank you for reaching out, and anytime. Love
Absolutely.
it. Thank you for what you do.
Take care.
All right. Thank you.